Hello YouTubers. I'm here to bring a video about mending and sewing a hole closed in a sweater. Now I learned how to mend things when I was a very little girl from my grandmother, and she taught me how to sew closed holes in my socks. So but maybe not everybody has learned this little technique, and I wanted to show you how to do it because I think that it can be a really powerful thing if we all take better care of our clothing and use it for a lot longer. Collectively, that keeps so much clothing out of landfills. The clothing that might not be able to be resold because it has a hole in it. And plus there's a lot of merit to mending your favorite sweater and then being able to wear it for longer. And every mend, I think, adds character and love to a piece. So no two mends are alike. And I'm gonna show you my way of doing it, but it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? Like if you mend something and it turns out kind of wonky, I mean, that's gonna add even more character to that garment. So don't worry too much about what it looks like at first, just have fun doing it. Okay, so as you can see, my sweater, it's just a 100% cotton navy sweater, and it has a giant hole in the armpit. So in order to extend the life of this garment, which I love and I wear all the time, it's just a basic blue sweater. So why not, you know, wear it for longer? So in order to mend it, I'm just gonna use some simple cotton thread because that's what I have. And I have sort of like a purple color because it was as close to navy as I could get. But again, like I said, if you use a different color, or maybe all you have is like embroidery thread, you know, that's lime green or whatever, like if it's different and adds contrast, that's going to be really cool too. So don't worry about it. You're going to want a needle. If you are using a thicker thread, you'll want a needle with a bigger eye, like a needle point needle or something else. And some thread. Next, you're going to cut your thread, so give yourself a generous amount of thread and then double it over like so. And then use your snips and cut it. And then the tricky part is always threading the eye of your needle. And I like to give a little lick to the thread. Sometimes helps it go through easier. So you've got your needle and your thread. I'm gonna double mine over just to make it a little bit thicker. And then I'm gonna teach you the technique that my grandmother taught me, which I'm not sure if this is a common knot to use, but I love it because it's so fast and easy. So you'll take the doubled thread between your fingers and then wrap the thread around your finger, one full rotation, and then roll back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between the finger and the thumb, and then take your middle finger, pinch, and pull. And that makes a nice knot at the end. So easy and fast. Okay, so the next part is gonna be mending your little hole here. So you'll want to hide that knot that we just made on the inside somewhere. So you can just take your needle, go through, and then pull it. And then you're basically just gonna line up your edges and then do an over stitch. So you'll just go over and through both sides of the material and pull through. And you'll do that a few times. Okay, so this, I've reached the end. Actually, I'm gonna go one more. So I've come to the end of my hole, and I'm gonna, in order to tie off the end here, I'm gonna do it a little slightly different than we did before. So I'm gonna bring the needle through and leave this loop of thread. And then I'm gonna take that loop, bring my needle out slightly. I'm gonna wrap about 5 times that thread around the needle. So you're making it like a candy cane, basically. Wrap that thread around the needle and then just pull the needle through. Thread will go down and make its own little tight knot. And then you can clip that. Beautiful, and you've got a mended sweater now, good as old.